in the Bible, there are different types of fast. Just like there are different types of fasteners and they all serve a different purpose, we understand that there are different types of fast in the Bible. Obviously, the most common fast is the no food and no water. When Jesus went into the wilderness as he began his ministry, it says he went in and for 40 days he did not eat or drink anything. We understand that Moses did the same thing. There are others in the Bible that went on very long extended fast with no food or no water. Obviously, we know that if you're going to do something like that, please have a word from God to do that. Don't just on your own decide, hey, I'm going to go starve myself for 40 days and 40 nights and hope God does something. That's not how that should work. Definitely be led of the Spirit before you go into an extended fast. In fact, I would even add, you might even want to consult a physician before you go into something that extreme. Now, the human body, though, can go 3 days without food and water. That's more common, and that's even something that I would say if you're wanting to get into those kind of fast, kind of build yourself up to it. If you've never fasted before, and I'm talking about fasting food and water, start with a 6-hour time period, maybe an 8-hour time period. It's when you say breakfast, it's from the time you get up in the morning till maybe lunchtime, or if it's something where you break it up, but then you add to it. And over time, you can add on to where you're disciplining your body. Now think about that. You're disciplining your flesh to say no for a longer period of time. That is a very good thing, kind of training yourself as you go. Another great fast that is mentioned, it's actually mentioned in the book of Daniel a couple different ways, is a very specific food fast. Daniel fasted from meats, the king's meat. He fasted from wine. He fasted from yeast-based breads. You can see in there where that alluded to him fasting from sugars. And so if you hear about the Daniel fast, okay, the way our family lives out the Daniel fast, when we do that, it typically is a multiple days. So Daniel did 2. He did one that was 10 days long, one that was 21 days long. I don't think it really matters necessarily the number of days, as long as you're doing something. The Daniel fast is one that I personally believe requires more self-discipline than an all-out fast. It's easy to say no to everything, but it's more difficult to be at a meal and have to be very structured and very disciplined. Okay, I have to say no to that, I have to say no to that, I have to say no to that. That takes more self-discipline, which to me is the whole point of fasting anyway. It's about the self-discipline that it builds in our lives so that we can live a better life for Christ. We don't want to be led by our flesh. We don't want to be led by our own appetites and our own desires. We want to be led by God. Using different kinds of fasts. Maybe you need to go on a no sugar fast. Maybe you need to go take it even a step further in what you desire in your life. Maybe it's a social media fast. It's some type of fast where you're saying no to things that you really kind of want and you really kind of desire so that you can better say yes to what God wants in your life. These are the kind of fasts that are throughout all the Bible, and it shows us that the more we submit ourselves through humility, submission, and in telling ourselves no, the more we can say yes to the things of God so that He can bless us according to His word.